welcome back to All the Way Series 2, Part 2, titled Reminder. And I'm just going to add on to that title, and it's going to be called Reminder of When People Show You Who They Are, Believe Them the First Time. So last year, God had to show me people who I thought will be forever in my life, and He had to show me that these people were no longer going to be a part of my life. They were just here for a little while. And what He had to remind me was, like I said in the title, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. And what I realized my problem was is that I had too much hope in people, to the point where I couldn't see reality of who they really were. I had so much hope that I created this fantasy of who I thought they were going to change to be and who I thought that they were going to be just because I wanted them to be that person. An example of that is when I was grieving my grandmother, when I was grieving my grandfather, I expected them to reach out. I expected them to care enough to see how I was doing. Not just because, oh, your grandma died, your grandpa died, it's just a thing to do. But no, actually check in to see how I'm doing because you genuinely care. And so, when I started to see that it wasn't being reciprocated, not just when I was grieving, but even when I was going through a storm in my life where I just wasn't fulfilling the goals that I had set out for myself, it was taking me a little bit longer. Or it was a time where I was transitioning from jobs and the money was low, and I expected and I had hope that certain people would show up, and they didn't. And that's where my fantasy of people changing into who I thought they would be was crashed. Like, all of it came crumbling down, and reality really hit me really hard, and I was just like, wow, they're just never going to change. They're never going to be who I want them to be right now. It doesn't mean that they won't change later on. It won't mean that when they do change, you'll be able to benefit from it, but it just, reality really set in for me. And so these are people who I grew up with. These are people who I've considered as family, even though we were not even blood related. So other than reality setting in, it was like almost like having a funeral all over again, even though no one passed away, because like I said, I really viewed these people as my family, and for God to remove them, it was like a piece of me was leaving, a piece of familiar, just having a familiar face or presence was being taken away. My expectations just disappeared like particles in the sky. My dreams that I had made up in my mind of how we were going to grow up, have kids, and these kids was going to know their faces, and their kids to know my face, and all that just came shriveling down. I mean, shriveling down. And it was like the song Justin Bieber, Where Are They Now? And like, where are they now when I need you? It was really like that song. Like, that song was like true, like the truest and the most honest moment of my life when I came to the realization that they just weren't going to change. And I just allowed God to remove them instead of trying to have so much hope to try to keep them in my life, because I really did want them in my life. But God kept trying to show me, like, okay, look who's there when you're in the storm. Look who's there when you're grieving. Who was genuinely there that you're not paying attention to? That's what God wanted me to see, that I was so blind to those who were really there for me, because I was expecting the people who weren't there for me to be there for me, that I couldn't even see who I even had. And so God wanted me to see that, hey, even though you just met this person a couple months ago at your job, they're the ones who are asking how you're doing. They're the ones who are taking you out the house when you're depressed and when you don't feel like leaving. These are the people that you should be paying attention to. Not those who you think would show up for you and only showed up because it's the right thing to do, in my opinion, or just showed up because they want something in return. No, these people actually are here for you. And so, yeah, when I started to see who was really there, when I really started to take out the time to really evaluate when I went through certain storms and certain obstacles in my life, who was really there, that's when I really started to allow God to remove. And I don't care if they are blood, non-blood. If they were not adding to my life and reciprocating what I gave to them or what I poured into them, I said, Lord, go ahead and remove them. And that's exactly what he did. I said, Lord, show me who is really there for me and who is not. And I'll allow you to remove them. And he did exactly that, because my prayer was very specific. And I was so tired of being there for those who weren't there for me. And then I was also tired of losing the people who was there for me because I couldn't see past my own hope in fantasy land. Okay, I was in fantasy land, literally. And the fantasy land just didn't come out of, oh, I just want to hold on. It was like I really expected people to reciprocate what I was given. I really expected, okay, since we grew up together, since we were in diapers, I really expected them to be there. I expected, because the group of people I'm talking about, we all have lost, we all have gone ups and downs. I really expected them to show up. I was very close to them, up and close and personal, where they knew everything about my household, they knew everything about my family. So it was really hard to just see those expectations just dissolve like powder in water. It just dissolved. And although I still love and care for those people, I can no longer have them in this next chapter, because like I said, I've went through the storm. Last year was a storm that seemed so long for me. It seemed very long, like I was in it for a decade. And I can truly and honestly say that despite me being in the storm, God showed up and showed out for me. Not only did he remove the storm, but the people who stayed in the storm with me are still with me now to see me come out the storm and see the light. And for that, I am grateful, because they could have left just like the other people who weren't even meant to be in my life at all. They could have left. They could have said, I'm tired of this. She ain't paying attention. She blind and she got glasses on and she still can't see me. They could have left, but they didn't. And so those people know who they are. I've made it very known who is welcome into this next chapter. I've made it very known who will not be in this next chapter. Oh, I've made it very known, because enough is enough. That's just what it is. Enough is enough. And I'm ready to live and not exist. I am ready to live. Not just, living my best life. No, I'm ready to fully fulfill what God has for me. Fully fulfill the promise that he gave for me and the life that he has for me. And fully fulfill my purpose in life as well. That was what I was trying to say. But yeah, and I'm ready to do what the people who he has personally sent for me to prosper. No, for real. I'm tired of holding myself back. I'm like, Aaliyah, you're holding yourself back because you just can't let go. You still having these hopes and stuff, and people don't even have hopes in themselves. They over here still trying to figure it out. And you over here doing the work, and they ain't doing nothing at all. So, yeah. It's at the moment, but, yeah. Yep, that's pretty much what this part 2 was about. Was literally me seeing who Who was there for me and who wasn't? Can you stand the rain or can you not? Because good people love it when it's good. Or when it's good, they come out. When it's good, you hear from them. When your money good, oh, let's go eat. Let's go travel. Let's go do this. But when that money funny, oh, yeah, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I'll see you later. Oh, good luck with that. No. I need somebody who's going to pray with me and who's going to encourage me like I encourage them. I need somebody who's going to reciprocate something, even if I ain't got nothing to reciprocate. But they know that when I get up, I'll reciprocate it back. You understand what I'm saying? That's the type of people I need in my life. Okay, I ain't got time for no users, manipulators, controllers. None of that is welcome into this next chapter whatsoever. All right? What else did I want to say? Gotta read my notes. Yes, another thing. People who don't add value to your life, who don't add anything positive into your life, are just takers. Remove them. I mean, like, cut them out. Like a picture, child. Cut them out. Because they will suck you dry, and then they will still expect for you to give them a blood transplant after you've been sucked dry. Just trying to put it in visual terms for you. Because that's exactly what takers will do. They'll take everything you have and still expect you to give more even when you don't have nothing. Ain't that sad? I think it's sad. And I'm the one who allowed them to do it. Oh, they'll get better. They'll see the light. Nah, they ain't seen no light. But I have. And so from this point out, I hope that God continues to expose me to people who are just not intended, to be in my life for long. Maybe they just intended to encourage me and that's it. And be okay with that. And it's okay to love hard and it's okay to have hopes. That's okay. But you have to know the difference between having hopes and those hopes turn into fantasy. You have to know between fantasy, hopes, and reality. You can't combine them all. They're separate for a reason. They're separate words for a reason. And you have to know how to use them wisely. Because if you don't, the enemy will creep in and he'll sneak up on you and he'll deceive you. And then you'll be in like a time capsule in limbo. Okay? Literally. And your feelings will be hurt. And you'll always be disappointed. And you'll have trust issues in people like I did. And yeah. Whole lot of heap of trouble. Okay? Ain't no sunshine in that, child. No sunshine at all. But, yeah, like I said, I'm just grateful I am to still have good people in my life. Who at the time, I just didn't know how to receive their purpose. I didn't know how to receive, I just didn't know how to receive it, because, man, when that disappointment hit that they really don't love you like they love you, like you love them, it's like, man, okay, then who do love me? It's like hard to see it, but you have to allow God to show you, hey, it was just meant to be for a season. It was just meant for you to learn a lesson. It was just meant sometimes for you just to pour into people and not expect nothing in return. And that's what I had to realize, that I was the friend. I was the family member to always be on the lookout. That doesn't mean they were the friend back. That doesn't mean that they were playing the role of the family member that they were supposed to play. Some people just don't know how to be themselves. They just don't know how to think outside of themselves. They're just selfish. Some people just like that. For whatever reason, that's a personal problem as to why they're like that. But it's my responsibility to make sure that I know who I am and I know who God is in my life, to where I can trust him. Where he say, let that person go, I do it immediately. I don't doubt it. I don't question it. I don't try to create a little false hope in my mind. I just do what he said to do, because I'm only hurting myself by holding on to people who are just not intended to be in my life. And so if God is trying to show you, whether you're a believer or not, who people really are, or even if people are just showing you automatically, hey, when you need a ride to work and they don't have gas money, but they got gas money to go to the club, they're showing you. Or if, I I'm pretty sure y'all got examples of how people are just takers, but that was just one that I could pop up in my mind. But you'll know, people know, we know, especially the genuine ones who are not takers, who are givers. We know. We just gotta stop falling for the buffoonery and the lie and the deceivement, child. They can only change when they want to change. Only they have to do the change. Only they have to do the work to receive the change. We can encourage, we can sing, we can preach in front of them. But unless they take out the time to do it for themselves, they ain't gonna change. And you'll just be sitting there looking lost. Don't be looking lost, child. Be found. Get on up, like Donna McClurkin said. Get up, get back up again. And that's exactly what I had to do. I had to get back up. But I didn't get up alone. I got up with some great people. They're younger than me. I've worked with them almost 5 years now. And they still there. Younger than me and all. Yeah. Younger than me and all. And they pouring into me as if they're the adult. They're pouring into me as if they're the older role model. And I'm just like, wow, look at God. Anyone can come into your life and pour into you. And I guess this is where it comes where it's like, don't judge a book by its cover. Not to say that I was judging or I don't know what I was doing, child. I just wasn't paying attention. I know that much. But don't judge a book by its cover. But also don't pass up a good book just because it looks, it doesn't look brand new to you, or it doesn't look like what you need to do. Or is that what I'm trying to say? Or it doesn't look like how you want it to look. Because it could be that thing that'll pull you out. That'll be there through the good times and the bad times. New Edition know what they was talking about. Okay? Through the good times and the bad times. Everybody loves them. But can you stand the rain? I can stand the rain. But can you? So that's something that you got to ask yourself, man. You really do. And as an adult, because that's what I am. It's kind of, I'm still stepping into that reality that I am an adult, but I am. You have to really not be so concerned about having a clique, having friends. You got to be concerned about your own happiness, for one. You have to be concerned about your own self-care, your own health, your own happiness. And then you have to be concerned about who you allow to come into that space. Because once you have cleaned up, or you start working on cleaning up yourself, removing the bad, the toxic, the distractions and all that, you have to be very careful who you allow to come and add to your happiness. You have to be very careful who you allow in your life in general. Because some people just want to see you sad and miserable because they are. So you got to be careful. You really do. Yeah, you just got to be careful, man. Because not everybody's coming with the same intentions you are. And even if they don't, do what you're supposed to do. Still show love and kindness. But don't stick around. Don't be the fool. Do what you got to do and say peace up. 8-town down. That's Usher. I'm just saying. No, for real. Because that's what I've had to do. And it wasn't easy. And it's still not easy. It's still hard to see me almost about to graduate and knowing that they won't be there. I'm still going through it every day. It's like a grieving process. And as long as I know that God's on my side, as long as I know that my Ohanas is what I call them, I know that we're good. And I just know that I got friends and family who I know got my back and I got theirs. That's all that matters. And even if you don't have a friend that's genuine, you got God, man. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe in. He's always there. See, we leave him, but he don't never leave us. And I know, because I done left him a couple of times for a dude. And I can say it like that. Yeah, I did. Thinking I knew him better than God knew him, which is totally incorrect. But I mean, I have, and I had to repent, and I had to ask God forgive me for believing a man who you created just like me. How dare I not trust you and believe you, and you're the creator? I'm just saying. What was I thinking? I don't know. But, yep. This is the conclusion of this video, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to sharing more series with you guys. Stay tuned for series number 3, which will be uploaded, I believe, on Thursday. So if you guys are looking forward to that, come back again Thursday and check out that video. Thank you for watching all the way.